Okay, so shall I go on?
Yeah.
Okay, everyone, how are you all? And welcome to today's show. And Mavin, I would like to thank Consciously Positive for inviting me to this session. In fact, I'm a regular speaker in this platform. Okay, I and Rajvin, as my partner, will be sharing with you today on a very special topic, which is actually my favorite. You know, It's my favorite topic, and I love to talk about this because this is what everybody wants. But however, people take it for granted. That's a problem. Because people take it for granted, they do not tend to really see the seriousness. But frankly speaking, it's a very serious subject. It's a very pertinent subject. And today we are going to talk about uh, the traits of effective people. Why do I say effective and not successful? Yeah, I can always say what they call the traits of successful people, but I prefer to use the word effective. The reason is both effective and success have got different connotation. Okay, different connotation. When you say successful, I am successful in certain areas. I cannot be successful in all the areas. Yeah, I can be a successful businessman. But back home in my family, am I successful? I may have missed out because I'm too successful a businessman. I got no time to spend for my family. Yeah, that is I'm a successful person. But effective is different. Effective is a work-life balance. You are balancing your life at all angles. Okay, you are living a life that is a well balanced both in your private life and also in your professional life. That is what we call effectiveness. Because effectiveness is what we are actually looking for, not successful. Okay. A successful person cannot be an effective person, but an effective person can be a successful person. See the linkage? Yeah. So that is the difference between effective and successful. Okay, so today, as I said, we are going to talk about the traits. So just now I spoke about the effective people. What are traits then? What is a trait? Okay, a trait is something that a person is so skilled in the work, so skilled. He does it day in, day out, day in, day out. So it has become a skill. It has become part of him. In other words, you can also term the word traits as habits. You know, Normally, when you say habits of successful, effective people, it's too common. Everybody knows. Everybody knows about that. So that's the reason I treat it. I say it is the traits of effective people. So let us explore what are the traits that effective people possess. Right? First and foremost, for us to be effective, it must be an inside out approach. Yeah. It cannot be to satisfy other people. If I were to do something just to satisfy people, I would not do it wholeheartedly. Okay, I'm just doing it to please somebody. So here, when we talk about the traits, it is something that we have to do it from inside out. It must come, the desire, the intention must come from inside us, must come out through inside out. Okay, it is not externally forced. Okay? So let's explore some of the traits. First one, an effective person is always a proactive person. Okay, when you say proactive, they always think good, They take charge of their own life. They are responsible for their life. Whatever they do, it is out of their choice, not because others want you to do. It has to be initiated, it has to be a choice. The trait or the habit that you're doing is actually uh, you are doing it out of your own will, out of responsibilities, and it is your own choice. The minute it is your choice, whatever happens, you cannot blame others. This is what an effective person does. Okay, if I do anything out of my own choice, okay, I choose to do this. If I choose to do this, I must also choose to accept the consequences. But if I don't choose, if others ask me to do, if my parents ask me to do, if my children ask me to do, I'm doing it just to fulfill their requirement. No? Then if anything goes wrong, can I take the responsibility? No. To whom does the responsibility go to? It goes to the person who instructs you to do. Right? But a proactive person, they take charge of themselves. Whatever I do is my choice, and I take the responsibility for the consequences, either good or bad. You know, so that is what a proactive person does, and also their language. They often use proactive language. No, a proactive person can also say no, because you can't expect a person every time to be a yes man. A proactive person, they can also say no. But when they say no, it is their choice to say no. And when it is their choice, whatever consequences, they have to accept, they have to bear it. Yeah. So this is how a effective person trait. Yeah, this is what a trait of a effective person. What are the traits? Okay, let's look at another trait. We can also another trait of an effective person is they always have a vision. Whatever they do, they must have a vision in life. There's a purpose for us to live in this world. Okay, so for us to live a purposeful life, we must have a vision. What is it we want to achieve? Yeah, the spiritual life, the social life, okay, the professional life, our family life. Everything we must have a vision. So, an effective person always begins with having a vision. And this vision, it cannot be just kept in the brain, in our mind, because anything you keep in your mind, after some time it will just wear off. So, the best way to make sure we are aligned to the vision is there may be something to remind us every day. The best thing is to write down your vision. Like school going children. It's always good for them to have their vision written down and paste it on the wall, a place where they can see every day when they get up. When they see the vision statement every day when they get up, 30 days, 60 days, that vision statement will fall into their conscious mind. They will know it will be there always. So whatever they do, they will link it to their vision. Oh, I want to do this. Oh, I want to study very hard. Say if the person is in the senior Cambridge, 5 years down the road, I want to have big house, a car. So with that vision in your mind, they will work towards it. Because what is in your mind, okay, what is in your mind, the vision statement that is in your mind will shape your behaviors, your actions. And when you do this action day in, day out, eventually you will get the result that you are aiming for. See how well it is linked. First, you must be a proactive person. Second, you must have a vision in life. So having a vision and executing it, how do you execute it? You must execute. Your actions must be of integrity, must be of trustworthiness. You must create trustworthiness. You must create a trust so that people will trust you. Okay. And for this to happen, the person must be a principle centered person. Only principle centered person will not bend. They won't be sitting on the fence. Okay. A person who sits on the fence, they can sway each side. Today I'll speak for you, tomorrow I'll speak for the other person. But if the person is principle centered, I am a principle centered person. Nobody can shake me. I am as strong as a lighthouse. Imagine a lighthouse. You cannot go against the lighthouse. If you go against the lighthouse, what happens? It is you who will lose. Yeah? But I am the lighthouse. You cannot go against my principles. So, being a principle centered person and with a vision and being a proactive person, I will execute it. When I execute whatever actions, I do with integrity, I do with trust, I respect everyone, I I have a very good rapport with everyone, so that when people trust me, like in an office environment, if the boss trusts you, he knows you are a man of vision, you are a man of proactive, you you are a principle centered person. You know what happened? The boss need not supervise you, need not micromanage. Okay? They need not do micromanaging. You are an independent person. See, when you are an independent person, then you are no longer depending on other people, right? So that is what an effective person. At his personal level, he is a leader of his own. How? By having the first three traits. Okay? Being responsible, taking charge of your life, taking responsibility over your choice, having a vision, and executing with integrity. The minute you do all these things, people will trust you. This is the best, I tell you. People love to be trusted, and for us to be trusted, we must behave. We must have the traits that brings out the trust, that brings out our principle-centered life, that brings out our vision. When people can observe this into us, that is when we are proud to be independent. From now onwards, I am already an independent person. I need not depend on anyone. I am a leader of my own. You see, this thing will only come if you follow the process. Okay, and this process is not something you can learn within a short period of time. It is a matter of how long you act on it. You have to keep on acting until the thing falls into your subconscious mind. Then only you will do it automatically. Okay? At the same token, when you do out of integrity and when you execute all your tasks, you must be able to focus what is important to you. Do things of effective person only does focus on the important things first. Otherwise, in our daily life, we got so much of work to do. We are caught in between all the crises. No, we are caught in the crisis mode. Firefighting. you know, Firefighting. Every time, everything we do is urgent. You know why? Because we tend to procrastinate. When we procrastinate, we we wait until the last minute. For example, paying of bills. Okay, paying of bills, there's always a deadline. We are so used, we take things for granted. What we do is, oh, I got another 2 more weeks put aside. I got so many other work to do. So you procrastinate every day until the last day. You are caught in a crisis. Oh my gosh, I have to do it now. I have to put aside all the other work. I have to go and pay the bill now. Otherwise, I won't have electricity tonight. See? Urgency. So an effective person, they try to reduce this workload that falls into the crisis mode. They try to plan their work. They have got a time management, a proper time management where they can plan and execute it in a principle centered manner and with integrity. Only then you can call yourself a principle centered person. Yeah, it's very important. So, with this, I'm already an independent person. But is it enough? In life, I'm not going to work for myself alone. I have to work with others. Right? I have to work with others. So, if I want to work with others, I cannot be selfish and doing everything by myself. I have to deal with team members, I have to deal with bosses, I have to deal with subordinates, I have to still deal with family members, I have to deal with parents, I have to deal with siblings, I have to deal with friends. You see, you have to deal with so many people. So how am I to do? Although I'm an independent person, I'm a leader of my own, but I have to deal with so many people. How am I to work with all these people amicably? The key is you have to build rapport. Okay, you must build rapport and build a strong relationship. A team, a leader who has got a strong relationship with the team members, he can easily talk to them, he can easily get them to do work. Yeah. But if you're not able to communicate with them, you know, it's very difficult to get along with people. So the fourth trait, okay, the fourth trait is you must have an abundance mentality. You must think aloud. We should not be selfish. You must not think only you must get the best. What is harm in sharing? You know, uh, the more you give, one day the more you will get. Right? I think 2 days ago I was talking about the uh, in the what do you call spiritual uh, event festival. Okay, so it talks about give and take. You must be able to give. So the trait number 4 is you must be willing to give. You must be willing to share. Have an open mind. No, don't be selfish. The minute you are selfish, everything you want for yourself, obviously you cannot you cannot communicate with people because people know how this guy only is a selfish guy, only thinks for himself. He has no abundance mentality. He has got a scarcity mentality. That is very bad. That is why an effective person, he has got an abundance mentality. He wants whomever he communicate, both must win. Both must win. Not only I win, I also want you to win. How can that happen? How can both of us win? That is where the fifth trait comes in. What is the fifth trait? How to communicate. How to communicate in order to build a good rapport. Okay. So when I speak to someone, see, most of the time, yeah, when we speak to people, or especially let me they use the example of an office environment. Okay. If the employee wants to go and complain or want to share his concern to the boss in his room. So he knocks. Boss says, come in. So he walks up to the boss. Boss looks at you and say, okay, yes, what's that? At the same time, the boss is very busy. You know, you cannot see him simply. He's very busy. The minute you enter, he is focusing. He's doing something, writing something, something. He's busy at his work. Say, yeah, yeah. Tell what is that? How would the employee feel? The boss is so busy. You think when I talk, he's going to listen? Definitely no. The minute the employee thinks, assumes, or perceives that the boss will not going is not going to pay attention, do you think he will trust the boss? Do you think he will tell the boss? No. And the boss listens. The minute you before you stop telling your concern, he is already voicing out his opinion. So he is basically listening to reply. That is not an effective person's trait. Effective person's trait is if I am the boss and if I am an effective person, I will try to listen to the person, understand him. You see, that is the message. So when we communicate, we must listen to understand. Even the relationship between a parent and a child. Why is it many child they only reply the parents when the parent questions they only reply in one word answer. What are you doing? Studying. Where you went? And saw my friend. See, just one word. Why? Because the relationship is not good. But the same thing, if a friend want to ask, how would he reply? They can talk for hours. Why can't the same thing happen to the parent? Because the child knows my father is just listening to me just to reply me. Actually, he already got his answer before me talking to him. Same thing, whether at home or in the workplace or with your friends, same thing. Yeah. Why? It is because of the lack of communication. So you must, when you communicate, we must listen with our ears, with our eyes, and body language. See, there are three components of listening. Not only eyes. Eye is just eye to eye contact. Yeah. But even that eye contact, he can judge a person because the way he talks, his tone, no, his body language, we can know. Yeah. So an effective person will be able to communicate people at all levels effectively by listening to understand, and then only he will respond. That is trait number 5 already. What is trait number 6 then? The next trait is basically when we are discussing. I have got one, especially during a meeting. Okay, say a meeting is convened, all the members are talking. Say 2 hours are discussing. I have got some ideas. You have some ideas. So, because I am, I think with abundance, because I communicate very well with everyone. I can because I build the trust, and I'm only an independent person, as I said, a proactive person. I'm a person of vision. I do work with integrity. I'm a principle-centered person. Yeah, that is at my personal level. Then I got an abundance mentality. I always want to think a win-win for both parties. Then I seek first then I listen, understand them before I respond. If I've got that kind of mentality, and when I discuss, I've got two ideas, you have two ideas. At the end of the day, we can have more than five or more, five or more ideas. See, I have two, you have two. But after all the communication, then we tend to come up with other alternatives. Maybe what I say may not be right, but because we discuss, we understand each other, we have come up with other solutions which are far much better than what I have or you have. That is what we call uh, outcome of a discussion. Then having all these things, a person is already effective. The person is already an effective person because he is already following all the traits that are required for an effective person. But having said that, yeah, we are all human beings. We need to take care of ourselves. Only when I am healthy, I can have all these traits. Only when I am healthy, I can be a good team member. I can work as a team. I can do a lot of things. So, in addition to having all these traits, the last trait is he must take care of himself. That's the last trait. He has to take care of himself. In what sense? His health, okay, his mind. He has to take care of his mind. How does he take care of his mind? Read a lot. Okay, he must be spiritually good. Okay, believe in God, good a lot of social work, and then you must make sure you take the proper diet. You must do exercise. Only with all this you will be able to sustain your life further. It will also reduce you from stress. Stress is a killer. Stress is a killer. The three S. I love to use these three words when you're stressed. You get stress, strike, and stroke. That's the aim. So you have to take care of yourself to come out of the three S. That is by taking a good, proper, healthy diet, exercise, keep your mental healthy, yeah, and be spiritually good. You must be good in spirituality also. You must believe, you must have faith in God, okay? Because whatever you believe in, if you are a God loving person, you would not want to do bad things because you are using religion as a guidance for you to grow in your life. Yeah. So these are the traits that an effective person does. So I think I have shared with you all the traits that I know. So I hope whatever I've shared, you have benefited, at least to a certain degree. Don't expect to change overnight. You must practice each trait at least for 30 days. If you don't practice for the first 30 days, you will never do it. So, traits or habits, as you say, are something that you have to inculcate in your daily life, in and out. Do little bit at a time. You cannot do all the traits at one go. Focus on one trait 1 month, then focus another trait 1 month. By this, you will be able to sustain all your traits for a much longer time. So, with that, I would like to thank you. I hope I have shared with you. So I would like to give the stage to Rajvin because as much as I said, we also need, there are times where we are very stressful. We cannot do what we want. I want to do a lot of things, but I cannot because so much work to do, so much stress. You have to make your mind prepared. This is where Rajvin comes in. She is an expert in yoga, laughter yoga, and she will tell you how laughter yoga can help you to overcome all the stress and be ready to fulfill your task to achieve your vision. Okay, Rajvin, now to you.
Thank you, Nahan. Before we start, we are going to today's theme is traits of proactive person. So I have a laughter yoga exercise before I begin meditation and my main talk for today and closing. So, laughter exercise for today is is an affirmation. It's a promise to yourself that you, I am pro, I am proactive. Ha 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 ha. I am effective. Ha 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 ha. You are effective person. Ha 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 ha. And we are all effective person. Ha 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 ha. Yay. Very good, very good. Yay. So now we are going to do a short meditation um on being proactive person. So close your eyes, try to think of nothing. Let us enjoy and be peaceful. Let us enjoy and be peaceful and let us think of the the scenario today being being an effective person. Now, being an effective person, you have clarity of vision. Make sure you are clear of your vision for 2020 2025 and going on to 2026. Being strong, disciplined, adaptive, adaptable to changes in your organization, proactive mindset, communication, problem solving, and you are continuous learner with integrity and collaboration and also optimism and positivity. Indulge in all these traits of being an effective person and let no one hurt you, no one no one tell you what to do, and you are very very effective in your job, in your family life, in everything you do. And when you are ready, open your eyes and you may rub your palms and open your eyes and be ready for a short sharing from me. So what we are going to talk we have what we talked about, we did laughter exercise and then we did a meditation. Now we're doing short sharing. Being a proactive person means that clarity of vision um it means that you must have you must have a clear vision, you must be strong, and you must be disciplined, and you must be adaptable to changes, and you must be proactive in your mindset, and you must communicate prop, properly, and you must be able to have a problem solver mindset and integration, optimism, and positivity. So, um, before I end my talk, I would like to end with a quote. Our talk, uh, being it's very successful to be an effective person, and effect being an effective person comes with love, laughter, clarity of vision, and being with proactive mindset, optimism, and possibility. So thank you for listening, and as Miss Beautiful Smile, I believe that for Miss Amazing Malaysia 2023 to 2024, I believe that uh being a uh being an effective person is very, very essential in life, so that we can achieve productivity and happiness throughout our life. And thank you, Shabana. Thank you, Mavin Magic, for inviting us every Thursday, inviting us every 2 Thursdays, whenever we can, to deliver our best in our topic. Thank you, Shabana. Thank you, everyone. And we open a floor for question and answer. Nahan, Nahan, Shabana, Prem, what would you like to say? What's your take on this? Thank you.
Very well said. Very well said, Rajvin. I think it's good. I'm really glad that you are able to share quite a bit. Yeah. So let's hear from others if they have got anything to share or they want to ask anything. Please do.
I think Tilagam wants to share. Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Very nice speech and very nice positive thought I have got today. And I thank both the speakers, Nahan sir and Rajvin Kaur. Very interesting, which impacted me very much, ma'am. This year, I feel ending with a very positive thought. I'm really happy today, ma'am. It's really great affirmation. Daily morning, I'll affirm to take this affirmation. Yes, sir.
Good. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm glad that you are able to digest what we have said. Yeah. And
No,
I
no,
hope
it
uh,
is not digested. Really, I from the heart I have taken the words, sir.
very, very good. Thank you. Thank
Yes,
you
sir.
very much.
A really nice speech, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Impacted me a lot. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
I have
Thank you.
learned today a new thing. I have learned today
Okay. That's
how
good.
to
That's good.
speak positively and laughter and affirmation with integrity, optimized and positivity. That words
Yes.
are really uh, i- giving strength to us, strength and strong to
Exactly.
us. I say.
Yes. Yeah. Actually, whatever I shared is something. It is a practical approach. It's not just at the theory level. Yeah. It has to be practiced. If you do not practice, it makes no
Yes,
sense. Yeah.
yes,
So in life, even not only for us, even to our grandchildren, our children, our family members, we must be able to nurture them from small, especially
okay,
children. When we nurture them from small, then it will become part of them. That's the
okay,
reason why you see nowadays so many things are happening around the world, everywhere. A
yes,
lot of negative things are happening. It's actually we cannot blame other people.
yes,
It starts from the family.
yes,
Yeah. So this is where parents should not take it for granted, no? Especially nowadays. Parents are so busy working, they are the breadwinners. They got no time to spend for the children, and they expect the teachers to teach the children the moral. In a way, it's good, but that's not the right way. The right way is must start from the house, from the
Yes.
home.
Yes, of
Yeah.
course.
Mhm.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Yes, sir.
listening.
Thank you.
Okay.
MG,
Anything
do you have
else?
anything to share?
Yeah, I like to listen to Mr. Prem. He talks with wisdom.
Actually, uh, what you are saying just now, we subconsciously are aware, but you raise it to our awareness. So constantly, when we brush ourselves, it's a wake-up call. When I listen to you, it's a wake-up call. It pinpoints, it focuses, it reminds me. I mean, we are human beings. We tend to get carried away with certain things, but we quickly remind ourselves. So that's why I regard this type of sessions to be very important. It reminds me to be vigilant, not to take things for granted. Another thing I learned was not to change people, especially I got adoptive children who are teens, in their teens. I know there's a tendency for parents to want so much, to want this and want that for the children, but it will become negative because we cannot. They must uh, think for themselves. They must make mistakes. They must fall. They must get up. Our role is to
Yes.
guide them, not to
It's
do the
true.
running for them. So I keep myself with less headaches. So my my takeaway is that all this I will do. Like I walked today 8,000 steps, 8,000 plus.
Mm.
Yeah, I did it for my health, and I'll do that again tomorrow. I'll keep on doing it, and they can see I'm doing it. If they want to do it, they are welcome. They don't do it, maybe they are not ready. It's okay also.
Yeah, it's your
Outside,
choice.
outside young people, they observe. Oh, this uncle is
Every take
going
shower
for his
first, ha?
walk.
11 o'clock ng Mayuwid. True, true. Buta.
Yeah. So I was very, very uh, sorry. My train of thought was went off the track. Yeah, like there are a couple of kids here. They are 15 and 16, but they can think. They can really think outside the box. They ask questions for which they know the answers. We're testing our category of age. Uh, I can see why they're asking the question. They don't have fathers. They only have mothers. The mothers work very hard to raise them, and it's not easy being a single mom and all that. And yet, however, the mother observed they're trying to advise the children this and that. I understand as concerned parents, they'll do that, but that's not going to work unless you yourself as example, and then they will say, okay, she's talking from experience, from action, not from theory. I mean, sometimes we have a tendency to advise our kids advice which didn't work for us. So they know why should I listen to your advice? It didn't work for you. So uh, all this was a wake up call for me today. Thank you so much, Nanji and Rajvin.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So Shabana?
Yeah. Thank you, Nahan. Navinji, do you want to share?
Yeah, thanks, sir and Rajvin. And yes, we all the more relevant now because we've got the new year coming up and we have to make resolutions, which is part of the
Mm.
meditation. So I think it will help in guiding us through setting goals and maybe try to make the new year.
Yeah. To start the new year with new habits.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
I wish everyone a good new year. Hope you all have a good, prosperous year.
Yeah. Thank you, Nahan. Thank you, everyone, and see you again tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.